Hello, my name is Sunil Kumar and my student ID is 20172871. I'm going to talking about MKT600, the presentation, the role of TCR on consumer well-being and contemporary issue in TCR. And the next slide is transformative consumer research. Transformative consumer research like TCR is a multidisciplinary field of study that aims to create positive social and environmental impact through consumer behavior research, like as social impact focus, interdisciplinary approach, empowerment and well-being, community engagement, ethical and sustainable consumption. And the next slide is increasing youth employment in the Maldives. The Maldives, a teeny nation in the Indian Ocean, that is still growing, has a sizable youth population that make up around 25% of the total population. Youth employment rates were low despite the potential workforce, in part because of the few and low quality skill training program available. However, there were skilled positions in the private sector. Many young people thought they were boring and focused on manual labor. Reliance on family assistance, which protect them from the realities of unemployment. Many young Maldivian did not actively pursue jobs. Maldives government touched the youth employment skill social marketing campaign in 2006 in collaboration with the Promise Foundation and Blue Mask Consultants. The next slide is going to talking about content. The campaign's goal was to get young people to look into job option by going to a website or contact center for guidance and information. The slogan, Your youth is at your fingertips, was used in newspaper, commercial, TV spot, street and school postcards, and other promotional materials. Four group, one for counseling only, one of promotional components socially, one for counseling and promotional element together, one for controls were used in the pilot study. The website show 49,075 hit in the first month of the campaign, and the call center filled 2,251 calls. The goal of the study was to identify and intervention strategies that influence behavioral, career belief, and change resilience. Results revealed that will both of promotional intervention and the protect intervention alone brought about good change. The combination had the biggest impact. Now we are moving to the next slide, and that is increased blood donation in Australia. The Red Cross in Australia, all blood in Australia, including non-blood products like tissue, organs, and breast milk, is collected, tested, processed, and distributed by Lifeblood. Lifeblood claimed in 2015 that only 1 in 30 Australians donated blood, despite the fact that 1 in 3 individuals will require it at the same point in their lives. Due to decreased recruitment expenses, fewer health testing requirements, and a safer blood supply, repeat donors are essential for blood collection or organizations. Compared to the first-time donors who could be confused about the donation process and eligibility, returning donor encountered fever and obstacles. The desire to assist others is shared by both new and recurring donors. Now moving to the next slide. Content SMS was utilized as an interview tactics to get donor to give again by sending post donation SMS communication to individual who hadn't made further appointment. The SMS text confirmed the donor's impact by offering send. According to an analysis, SMS message had the greatest impact on first-time donor, who were 73% more likely to return and 49% more likely to return and sooner. The donation SMS method was adopted after a fruitful pilot in New South Wales. The Australian Red Cross funding from the government to supply the community with blood product and services. Now we are moving to the next slide. That is important. Consumer well-being is often individual lives and shows happiness and satisfaction. The second is economic growth. The third one is health and safety. And the fourth one is social inclusion. And the last one is environmental sustainability. Now moving to the next slide. The next slide is consumer well-being, increasing youth employment in the Maldives. Change the perspective of youth towards manual jobs. The second one is increase awareness regarding the training, skill training programs, information about employment opportunities, poor perception regarding manual labor related tasks, and expatriates. And that is consumer well-being, marketing efforts. Marketing effort in transformative consumer research (TCR) focus on linking consumer behavior insight to drive positive social and environmental change. The first one is behavior change campaigns. The second one is product development and positioning. The third one is consumer education. And the fourth one is and marketing efforts increase youth employment in the Maldives. And the first one is information through website and call center. The second one is by postcards and theme distribution among school students. Number three is billboard and newspaper. Number four is television advertisement. And number five is yes campaign. And number six is slogan because I can. Number last is logo fingerprints. Now we are going to read the next slide. Next slide is marketing effort increase blood donation in Australia. So there are few parts I'm going to read. The first one is short messaging services like SMS. Second one is promotional message to exciting and new donors. Feedback regarding dispatching the blood. Welcome surprise message. And the rebranding of organization. Piercing strategies, non-monetary benefits. Increase the sense of well-being and achievement. Now we are going to the next slide. TCR affect the consumer well-being. Transformative consumer research. TCR is an emerging field of academic research that seeks to understand and add to consumer well-being and social well-being. There are parts. Identifying consumer vulnerabilities, address social and environmental concerns, empowerment, policy advocacy, and innovative solutions, behavior change inventions. Now we are going to the next slide. The TCR affect the consumer well-being in the change in consumer position, a positive image and attitude towards manual labor, informing and educating youth, develop a sense of seeking information, change in belief regarding career and opportunities. Now move to the next. TCR affect the consumer well-being, increase blood donation in Australia. Consumer motivates for blood donation, desire to help others, understanding how the contribution is being used, value of blood donation and its effect on society, positive impact on in donation, the same individual. Now moving to the next slide. Present status of TCR. Highly in practice, it is for social concerns, for environmental and sustainability issue, in developing phase, increased recognition, used in duration, diverse research topic, part of policy development, and used in corporate social responsibility. We're going to the next slide. Post status of TCR was new and was an emerging field, considered expensive and useless, focus on well-being, interdisciplinary, and consumer empowerment. And the next slide is recommendation for new concerns be considered in TCR. Focus on well-being at global level should be done regardless of cost factors. Publicity and marketing should be done at the global level. Use global issue on and private solution. Provide solution. All students should have a TCR perspective. And the next slide is conclusion. There's 5 main conclusions are here. The first one is beneficial for society, long-lasting benefit to society, create positive impact, visible results, and finding should be part of policies making. And the next is references. Blocker CP root